Hello and welcome to Cincinnati with the best background one of our videos has ever had. For the Indy Star, I'm Joel A. Erickson. This is Nate Atkins. We're here for the Colts and Bengals held joint practices today. Well, joint practice, just one. Nate, you had the offense, I had the defense. I'll let offense go first. What's your big takeaway from the offense today?
For most of the practice, it was the worst offensive day I've seen yet. I mean, it was stunning to see. I think at one point Anthony Richardson was 3 of 10 with a pick. Maybe he had 20 yards on those completions. Bengals players were really chirping, and it wasn't even that they were bragging. They were annoyed that they weren't getting good work in, honestly. So that'll be an interesting story to write up with some kind of direct quotes from those defenders. But then what was good is they went a 2-minute drill right after that, and something just clicked. Anthony Richardson hit Michael Pittman Jr. on a quick hitch and then a quick slant, and they just got moving, and he hit like 3 or 4 passes in a row, and then they told him they ran out of time. But they were moving it down the field. So, again, another moment where Anthony Richardson did just at times when he gets sped up, the more urgent it feels, the better he plays. We saw that play out today, and it was just kind of weird to see those two extremes.
On defense, takeaway was the Cincinnati Bengals offense didn't touch the end zone. First team offense, the one that has Joe Burrow. They didn't touch the end zone, including in a red zone period when they had 10 plays, 2 separate sessions of 5 plays inside the 20-yard line. Some of them from as close as 2 yards away. No points. Jalen Jones had at least 1 pick, maybe had another one. We'll call it 1 pick because Zaire Franklin might have had a sack on the first one. Nick Cross made a play today. This is a Bengals offense that is, from what I've been told, been kind of pedestrian through training camp. They didn't really throw the ball down the field at all, outside of a couple of 10 to 15-yard completions to Dallas Flowers. Really good day for the defense. Latu had a sack. Hard to complain when they don't get in the end zone or really have any chunk plays.
Yeah, I noticed I just got over there for 1 play at the end, and Kwity Paye just kind of blew through for a sack and ended the day. So that's what you want to see is that pass rush building on this and the secondary holding up. And, it wasn't as big of a test as it could have been if Jamar Chase was out here, but still it's positive momentum. Yeah,
the Cincinnati 2-minute drill went sack, incompletion, tiny completion, sack. So they did not score points. Football thing that gave you joy?
You're looking at it. Just this setting out here I think is really cool. Just very different to have a joint practice and a training camp practice that's right in the city. I've never really been to one of those. Philadelphia is probably the closest one, the Eagles last year, but not usually one with the backdrop and just walking right out the stadium out of here. So just Bengals have everything centralized, and it was a nice little change from what we're used to.
Football thing that gave me joy, I love it when teammates get to see old teammates playing for a different team. The defense gave Zach Moss a heck of a time every time he carried the ball from the sidelines. I mean, Zach, you didn't get there. Zach, that's only 2 yards. Zach, back in the backfield. Just kind of the ribbing that goes on when they get to see an old friend. Fun. One bit of news, Jelani Woods, the tight end, will be out for a while. That kind of clears the picture up at the tight end position. Other than that, this is the end of training camp for the Colts. This will be the last time that we're out here, last time we get to see them practice. The starters will play a quarter and a half on Thursday. And for the Indy Star, I'm Joel A. Erickson. This is Nate Atkins.
EJ, how were you able to shut down Joe Burrow and that offense today?
Playing rules, a lot of film. Joe Burrow nice though. Him, T. Higgins, Jamar, they got a nice running back, and they got my boy Zach over there, so that was a great addition too. It was competitive. It was a good practice for both of us.
How important will this third preseason game be for you guys, especially for you just getting back in for about a quarter and a half-ish?
Most of our defense been together for a long time, so at this point it's just kind of like just sharpening up our tools and just gelling together more than we already are. It's not too much.
What was your biggest takeaway from practice today, as this is the last practice of training camp?
Just finding that trust in our guys. I seen JJ make a few plays, and I know that's something that we was emphasizing, making plays at corner. And JJ came up with a play. Ronnie came up with an interception. Takeaways is a big thing. So I'm just ready to take this momentum into the season that we didn't gain in camp.
How have you seen that free and strong safety situation work out?
Nick made some plays last game. I like how Nick playing. Ronnie, he's a seasoned vet. He plays well. I think we got depth at it as much as people think it's a problem. I think we got depth at it.
Well, EJ, how much value is there in having a joint practice opportunity and then 2 days later getting to go in and go up against these guys in a game situation?
Everything, because I feel like that preseason game is just getting your foot and tackling, being explosive, working on getting the ball out, working on things that you necessarily don't take a risk on during the season, just becoming a better football player. So I love it.
What are the things that you want to see from your defense to just be primed and ready come week 1?
Let's just play fast and physical for the time that we in the game. Play fast and physical, let the young guys come in and show that they're ready to play football in the National Football League, and just create a trust within our team.
What can you say about the pass rush today, what they were able to do to shut everybody down?
It was cool. I mean, Buck and Grove is always a pleasure to have. And then we got Latu and Quiddy and Dio. It's just all those guys work extremely hard. And I got to watch the film because I'm mostly in coverage, looking at other guys. So I got to watch the film to see how good they did.
What was it like having
a couple more?
I know obviously you don't play the position, you got to watch the film, but just having him out there, big dude, hard to miss.
Man, Raekwon, of course. I mean, he can't be moved. He big, you know what I mean? We just got another big guy to add on to what Grove does. So, I'm excited to play alongside Raekwon.
All right.
Thanks, CJ. Thanks, CJ.
Yeah.
Always good to be back in Cincy, right?
I love it, yeah. I mean, the last time we were here, it was drizzling and raining, and I told everybody I was excited to come, and then they were like, this place sucks. This is terrible weather. But it's 75 and sunny, and great meal last night, good practice against the Bengals, and good dinner tonight, so that's what it's all about.
A pretty physical defensive front that they have. I mean, what kind of work do you get against a line like that?
Yeah, I mean, we played them last year. We didn't play our best game against them. I thought we had some good times last year. Good moments, but we just didn't play consistently enough. And I mean, it's always tough in joint practices. You're coming in, minimal scouting report, kind of go through, see what they do. They're going to throw something in there, right? They're not going to show their hand in preseason games, but nothing lost and hurt out here. So I thought we did a good job of just doing our fundamentals, playing with technique and playing with our feet and competing. I think that's what it's all about this time of year is when you do joint practices, competing and seeing where you're at as a team.
Anthony really responds when you guys play with tempo. There's trade-offs, obviously. Just how do you guys feel as an offensive line? Do you guys sense that he's going to groove in those situations? And I don't know, can you keep that up?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously a freak athletically, and I think it certainly helps us up front. Keeps them on their toes a little bit, their heels. It's have a hard time subbing, hard time getting in pressure looks. So if you want, kind of a base look at a defense, right? Get them going, get them tired. They're subbing, they're tired, they don't know what they're doing. Miscommunications happen, and that's how you score points. So I'm sure that'll be a big part of what we do this year.
What was it about the defense today, the Bengals that kind of made the first team offense a little stagnant?
I mean, we'll look at it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we game plan for them for like 2 hours, you know what I mean? So you look at a bunch of stuff, right? It's like, if we played these guys in the regular season, we'd have 5-6 days to look at them, exactly what they do. So I'm sure it's just going to be technical things, right? I mean, it's something we haven't really seen. They had 12 men on the field one time, so that was kind of the TFL. We'll look at it. I think what you really have to do is look at the film. How did we play fundamentally? I don't think you can look at X's and O's because we didn't have a time to game plan against them, right? I mean, they're going to throw their best at us, and I'm not making excuses for how we played. I thought we had a good day at times. I think we just look back at what we did and look at our fundamentals and clean it up.
As you come back here, just being able to come back here as a professional now, almost a decade in the league, did you ever imagine this when you were playing high school football here? Yeah,
I mean, I driven past here, 100 times, right? And ultimately left in college, went out of state and came back. And, when I was growing up, the Bengals weren't very good, so it was kind of tough to be a fan. But now that they've had some success, it's cool to see the city kind of rebirth, and all my family's here, which I'm going to go see them in a second. And just, once you've been in the league for so long, you meet a lot of guys, and I train with a lot of guys to the Bengals, so it's cool to come back. I mean, the city means a lot to me, and it's always be home.
Thanks, Ryan.
You got it. You guys.
How are you feeling?
Just for me to hold?
Yeah. Do you want it? I mean, this is your time.
How y'all doing?
Good. How do you feel being back out there?
I feel great, man. Just to be back in this environment with them boys, just to be back out here working with them. It was a tough one today. A little rusty, but I'm getting there.
Raekwon, have you ever been through anything like that? Can you kind of explain what it was like to work your way back and all that?
I mean, it wasn't no big deal, man. I'm so grateful for EB them and Hammer and Kyle just to catch that type of problem. Because we've been saying so much, with high blood pressure, with heart attacks and things like that. So it's a great thing they caught that. I mean, it was a hassle just to get back, but I mean, I'm back. Trying to work my way up, trying to work my way back in shape. Stay in the playbook. Just do everything I can do.
How did they find out? Did they just test you, or did you feel some type of way?
It's just when you come to camp, that first little the physical. That's when they saw it and run a test and ran into that problem.
And you hadn't done anything like this before. Is this a surprise to you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, kind of in a way, but I'm back and just trying to make my way up.
Sorry about that. How does this kind of thing test your patience when you get to a new team and all of a sudden you're waiting weeks on end? How did you kind of handle with that emotionally?
I mean, it was good. I had my up and down. I can't just be like it wasn't like a problem. I can't sit here and act like it wasn't a big deal. But I mean, I handled it well. I just stayed patient. Worked out. do what Hammer them said to do, and just get my way back out here.
What did the D-line do that embrace you once you're back out there playing?
I mean, I was still in means now, so I wasn't missing everything. I was still around during walkthrough. I just wasn't capable to be on the field. That was it.
No, I mean, did they give you any okay, you finally out here working with us?
Oh man, yeah, they was Grove, Talu, being Grove. They was excited, to have me back out here, man. I've been gone for a little minute, and just seeing my first day come back, they happy for me.
Do you need time before you can play, or could you get out there?
Hell no, I'm ready.
You ready to roll?
Hell
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
How important is having joint practice in another preseason game for getting you back as you work your way back?
It's a great opportunity, to come out here, just before even the season comes, just to work on that technique. I mean, them guys got me better the reps I had today. It was fun, just working my way back.
What do you think this D-line can do together?
We're gonna dominate. Ain't no what we can do. We're gonna dominate. We're gonna for sure dominate.
Pleased, but go back and look at the film. I got a chance to look at the defense first half practice, and then came back over the offense. So get back in there and watch the whole thing tonight. So other than that, ready when you guys are.
What did you like the most, Coach, that you saw?
The 2-minute, the competition, the move the ball stuff was good, back and forth. Obviously, I got to go watch the defense, but thought our guys moved the ball well in that move the ball situation. And then the 2-minute drive was just trying to get a field goal right there to win it at the end. And offense did a really good job. One offense did a good job getting a field goal there, and our defense obviously held them there on the 4th down, which was good. So good overall deal for both sides.
In the other team periods, why do you think the first team offense was as stagnant as it was today?
I don't know. I wasn't over there. I don't know. I gotta go back and watch that tape.
Shane, do you guys like Nick Cross better at strong or at free? I felt like he's playing strong.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at all those things. That rotation back there with those guys, Nick Cross and Rodney and Ronnie and Trevor Denbo and Julian. I mean, we're looking at all that stuff right now. And like I said, the guy that makes the most plays here, we got another week and a half, before we start this thing off. And we'll make that decision when the time needs to be made.
Could you end up flip-flopping guys throughout? When I say, let me rephrase that. Alternating free and strong throughout the season?
Yeah, I think too, and with anything, like within a defense, right, if you're in a single high safety look, you know what I mean, you might have a motion where someone rotates back to the middle and becomes the free. That's within the scheme of the defense. So those guys got to be ready to play in the box and play in the deep third.
What did you see from your secondary against, different color jersey and a Pro Bowl quarterback?
Yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, going against a guy like Joe Burrow, who's done a lot of really good things in this league, a really good player that sees it really well. I thought our guys did a good job. I wasn't down there in the red zone, but I heard some screaming down there, which looks like they did some good things. So I'll go back and watch that tape there. But overall, I thought it was pretty good, what I saw.
Shane, how are you going to handle Raekwon as far as snaps and getting him, working him back in slowly, I guess?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to work him back in slowly. We have a plan for him. We're going to monitor him, but we're excited to have him back for sure. Obviously, he's been going through that process to get his blood pressure down, and now he's back out practicing, so it's really good to have him back out there.
Have you decided who's going to play?
Yeah, our starters will play about a quarter and a half, probably, give or take. I mean, some guys might play less, some guys might play more, but want to get those guys out there and run around on Thursday night.
You kind of see the third one now as kind of what the old third one was?
A little bit. I think this year kind of played out similar to last year for us as far as how it all worked out. We had a joint practice week 2 last year against Chicago, and then we had a joint practice against Arizona, and then we turn around and we have the Thursday night game again. You know what I mean? So after this Thursday night, we got 17 days until we kick off against Houston, and so this is a big day. So we got to get the players ready to roll and go out there and play and get that game-like experience before obviously week 1 gets here.
How important will it be for Anthony specifically to get that real game feel for a quarter and a half?
I think that'll be great. I think that'll be really good for him. Anytime you can get out there in those game-like situations, it's good. Obviously, you want to be smart with these guys in the preseason because we got a long season ahead of us. But we're excited to get those guys out there on Thursday.
Update on Jelani?
Yeah, he's going to be out for a little bit. I don't have a timetable on it, but he's going to miss some time.
What did Juju?
Juju, he's working back in, obviously with his nose, probably sooner than later.
Tanner,
one more.
Tanner Bordelli, he thought that his toe wasn't bad to turn out.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right too. I don't see him miss an extended amount of time, but he's going to miss some time.
Thanks, Coach.
Awesome, thanks guys.